This is the most broken card Clash Royale has ever released. Super Knight has a huge radius around him, and all troops within that radius are basically immune to any damage, as long as the Super Knight does not attack. Notice how the skeleton army in this example is not taken out by the Electro spirit. This is crazy. The opponent tries to defend, but as soon as his Super Knight attacks, it's over for him and his skeleton army. There's nothing they can do. This deck is made for fast and easy 3 crowns. Here's how you can play this deck and win the Super Welterweight challenge in no time. Let's start from the defense. You can see the opponent using a similar deck with Witch and Knight, but he doesn't know the tips I'll show you in a bit. To defend any push, you'll need to drop Skeleton Army or Goblin Gang on top of their Super Knight and then place any other cards, like arrows, to take out their push. The Witch helps a lot, generating skeletons that constantly attack the Knight. And that's how you can defend pushes that could 3 crown anybody else, but not you because you're a Thanos CR subscriber. Now let's focus on offense. If you have Super Knight in your cycle with a Witch available, you start from the back with the Knight. And the secret for this mode is to play the Witch in front of the Knight. This way, paired with a Skeleton Army or Goblin Gang in front, the Knight will be much behind any opposing troops, making everything immune to damage. You don't even really need your Super Mini Pekka, the second super troop that deals infinite damage. But let's use it anyway to show how one hit is all it takes to take down the King Tower. Let's look at another example of a typical attack, before showing what to do if your Super Knight is out of cycle. Like before, Super Knight in the back, Witch in front, and Skeleton Army. The opponent can do absolutely nothing. This is how easy this challenge will be with this deck. Instant 3 crowns, no sweat included. And it's time for my most difficult game of the challenge, where I had a worse hand than my opponent. As you can see, I try to cycle to my Super Knight, but the opponent already has a Witch, with a Super Knight on his way. He's using the same tactic I showed you, but you'll know how to defend. As soon as the Knight is close, place a Skeleton Army on top of him. Then deal with any other units. Some skeletons are still alive, so same thing. Goblin Gang on top of the Knight, and then clear everything else. And with a surviving Super Knight, you know what time it is. Time for a counter push. The opponent cannot defend this, so he gives up. This is how strong the deck is, and with the tips I gave you, you'll have no problem completing the challenge with no losses. I'll include the deck in the description. Good luck and subscribe for more tutorials.